So I had made a video on, someone who is obsessed with you, who is, you know, their thinking is distorted, and they pretty much live in an alternate reality, and they're acting upon that and having these thoughts about you. And I've got a lot of questions like this. How do you deal with someone doing this to you? Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. So one of the things that I will say is a lot of times you don't know that someone is obsessive and ruminating over you until it's too late, like until the cat is completely out of the bag, so to speak. Because they have done it, in most cases, a lot of times people go the extra mile to hide that from you until their thinking is so distorted that they can no longer hide that. So if you go a period of time, a year or two or 10, without knowing that this person was thinking and feeling this way, that is not uncommon. It is done intentionally and on purpose by this person to hide and lie in their deceit and their deception. They want you to believe that they are normal. They want to blend into society. That's what psychopathy is. They want to go undetected in that way. However, once you find out that someone is thinking this way and is paranoid, or they're delusional, or they're thinking bad things about you, or they believe that they're in some sort of relationship with you, and, essentially once all of the mental health symptoms, the light has been shone on this, and you cannot they've pretty much let the cat out of the bag. You need to acknowledge it for what it is, and you need to get the hell on away from that person. Reason being is because number one, usually when you start to see it, or when they've kind of let all of it out at once, is because they are spiraling or something is changing within the situation or the relationship, which means that their mental health is decompensating. They feel like they're losing control over the situation. And so now they're going to move a little bit differently. That movement could be aggression. That movement can be violence. That movement could be rage and anger. Something is changing within the situation, and they're not happy about it. And so you need to protect yourself by any means necessary, whatever works for you. And again, this isn't legal advice or anything like that. This is just from, a therapist who's seen violence escalate in different situations, but you need to move away from that person and cut off access in every way that you know is possible. I would also cut off like third party access as well. So if you have people that know them and know you, because sometimes people carry bones back, and they allow them access to you, I would cut them off as well, or at the very least, keep my distance, keep things very superficial as possible. And the same thing, because sometimes you can't necessarily cut off everything. Maybe you guys work together, or they're your family member or something like that. But I would get away from that situation. You may even need to look into things legally if boundaries have been crossed, such as they put spyware, or they've gotten access to things that they should not have gotten access to. You may need to look into legally, maybe going to law enforcement and things like that. But I would definitely recommend keeping your distance and cutting off that relationship, cutting off that person's access to you. So let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, follow, and share. Thank you so much.